Welcome to A Day in the Life with Ali. It is afternoon my time. I normally give you guys a clock check. It's 3:55 p.m. Indochina time, which is Thailand time. Some little funny looking something keeps flying and landing on me. Anyway, you guys, I'm in one of my favorite places and I thought I'd just go live. God, there's so much going on in the world. Sometimes I want to do a live news update. And then sometimes it's like, oh, it's just too much. It's too much. So, as y'all can see, I don't know if you guys follow me on my other channels, but I did a redo. I'm actually going to post a hair video. So, get ready for that. Oh my God. There's like literally something like fighting to land on me. Um, anyway, yeah, there's so much going on. And oh my God, the unrest, the second wave of the great resignation in the United States, at the very least, I think is about to kick off again. So, is it too late to leave the U.S.? No. Is it too late to start saving to leave the U.S.? No. What I want to tell you guys is start planning now for what you would use for your income to leave or to start your businesses and get your businesses flowing. One of the biggest mistakes I made was, um, yeah, regardless if I was leaving or I'm on this extended vacation, but one of the biggest mistakes that I made was not, I came off of savings and because I haven't actually blacked it yet, left it yet, exited, whatever. But, I left to just kind of travel the world. And this was really supposed to initially be about 6 months. It's going on month 19 or 20 ish. I don't know, vicinity, something like that. And so, one of the things I would strongly, strongly encourage and suggest you guys do is make sure you have your entrepreneurial business, passive income, whatever it is that you're going to be using for long term income, make sure that you have that underway and you're already starting to, see the income rolling in. Um, Because if you do it like I did, which, I basically have been out here traipsing around on savings and learned some valuable lessons. Number one, I knew once I got out here I wouldn't want to go back, which is why I've been here so long. But the flip side is I did not start working for me, working to make income for me until this year. And so while I always had my other businesses and things like that, I really wasn't pushing or focusing on getting those functional. While I was out here, I guess I needed mental break. I don't know. I do know. I did need a mental break. And so now I'm getting into the swing of things. Number one, because money starts to run out, y'all. And number two, it's time to make some really, really, really tough decisions. And so I really encourage you guys to start putting that money in the bank or in the mattress or under the mat, wherever you put them, in the garden, wherever you put your money, start saving your money. I would strongly suggest, if you can, I have a savings blog that is on mindyourbodyandsoul.com. It's one of my blogs I wrote. And then I'm actually going to be rolling out a ebook on, financial diet, how to get yourself out of debt without debt consolidation the traditional way by using a company and paying them to get you out of debt. You could do it yourself. With a little bit of discipline, you could do it yourself, right? Um, so I'm going to be rolling that out, and that's going to be super cheap, you guys. I'm almost going to give that to y'all for free. Um, but that's going to hopefully roll out before the middle of March, which is actually next week. So I'm going to try to get myself, and it's going to be a really quick one two punch step, but it's going to have like a sheet, a worksheet in there for you guys to get started to see how easy this is. I paid off $24,000 in debt in 2010 on my own with no um, adjustment companies, assistance, or anything like that. I basically just had to get down and sacrifice and put some things away, and then after that, after you paid off your debt, where I am right now is starting with, how do we start investing in opportunities, as we're putting money away or we have excess cash. Sorry for the wind, y'all, I'm outside. But if we have extra cash, where do we start putting our money so that it can start growing? So let's say you are on a 5 or 10 year, 2 year, 3 year plan. Like Buddha said, the one mistake we make is thinking we got more time. So I'm gonna tell you to make that plan as short as possible if you really want to bounce, but really just start working on passive income streams. Really work on passive income streams. The goal of most folks of leaving different places is to have a little bit of freedom and flexibility to do what you want, but you can also, I just read an article where there's about 30 different companies in the US that are completely flexible, and you can work anywhere, and completely remote. And I don't think there's, yeah, so there's like 30 named companies, and I think you can find it under flexjobs.com. And so I'm going to be checking that out myself. And so and that's what the other thing is, it's not all of them are freelance. I think a good majority, if not all of these, offer, they're like full-time jobs that offer benefits. So if you're looking for something that has benefits, you got a family, or you want to make sure you still got your medical and all of that, you can do that. One of the other things I want to share with you guys, I think there's a fallacy, this false notion, or this notion that anywhere in the world has subpar health benefits and healthcare services. Y'all, do you know how many people leave the United States to go elsewhere in the world, specifically even just right down to Mexico, to get basic services like dental, eye care, things like that done, and they're getting it done for like one fourth or less of the price that they're paying with insurance. Like, people, we're paying insurance and we're still coming out of pocket three, five, $10,000 for what one would call elective services or something like that. But you might need a root canal, or a crown, or you might have some other sort of issue with your dental work. And it's very important that you care about your mouth, because your mouth is the doorway into your nasal passage, which is also the doorway into your brain, and a lot of infection can start in there and cause lots of problems. And that's my short version of, I'm not a doctor, MD, or anything else, but knowing about health and wellness and the connection of our body, that's important. So when you get abscess, or you people aren't, you're not brushing your teeth, or you have a lot of plaque and stuff like that, all of that stuff basically is like yeast. It's like having a yeast infection in your mouth, right? Think about it like that. And so it can wreak havoc and cause problems in other areas of your life. So you want to get those things checked out. Eyewear, it's one of the things, like, we're always concerned about, you guys. I was in Mexico, didn't have a prescription at first, and when filled my contact prescription in Mexico, in Cancun, last year, 2 years ago. Oh my God, and it was 2020. Okay, dang, 2 years, almost 2 years ago. So the end of 2020, and didn't have a prescription, but I had my contact lens in case. They couldn't fill that prescription because it was like twerk and all of that, not twerk. toric lenses. They gave me a prescription, y'all, was better than my toric lenses I paid $500 for, and I paid $88 for 6 boxes. Walk in the door, walk out. So those are a couple of examples. I know there. If you guys have some examples of people that you know or you yourself have gone abroad to get work done, please chime in and comment. I forgot to say, y'all. I always forget this in the beginning. Thank y'all for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do click the notification button so you get the little bell bing when I go live or post a new video. I appreciate you guys every day, all day, so very much. I'm getting close to getting up to 1,000 subscribers. Guess I'm doing this the old dirty way, but I'm gonna try to be more consistent so that you guys know when to expect me. I hear that's what works to build your audience. So anyway, I appreciate you guys who have stayed and those who chime in and check in with me on a regular basis, see what's going on. So anyway, no, it's not too late to leave the U.S. and no, it's not too late to start saving. And most medical things that you need that are in the like primary care fields and stuff like that, you can get any of those services abroad. And quite frankly, there are many countries, and I'll have to pull up a list and provide that offer free health care. In the emergency and all of that, we used to have services like that, and all of that stuff went away. The whole thing is Medicare and Medicaid, and that's so subjective. And when we got veterans that aren't getting health care that they need, I know there's a lot that are, but there's a lot that are not. And when you hear stuff like this, it makes you question this great country that we live in, where we have people right in our own country who don't have medical care, kids who don't have medical care. We used to have clinics that would come outside the school and provide services, and the mandatory vaccinations and all that stuff was a part of it. And I think all that stuff still is free. I think it is. But regardless, this really is just talking about this idea of living this life. And let me just see if I can flip the camera here. This is where I am. This is one of my favorite spots. One of my favorite spots. Shaded. I get to sit over here. Not many people are here. But this is what it looks like, you guys. You don't always have to be in the mix of everything and with a whole bunch of people to enjoy living. I want to break out of my apartment building. There's a rooftop, there's a pool up there, but sometimes I just want to break from that, and I just want untouched, you know, open air space. And this is just one of my favorite spaces. I got like a nice little seat here, a little footstool, pop my feet up, you know. So, but this is the life that anybody could be living in, y'all. I'm living in Thailand, and so I'm gonna give you guys a quick breakdown of I could do food expense, but I think I'd rather show you guys that if I go next time I go to the grocery store. Um, but I'm gonna do another quick housing breakdown, like price wise. I posted a couple videos, and I'll string those. I'll link those in the description here. But of apartments that I rented since I've been here. One in Pattaya, which by far I think is almost one of the cheapest places outside of one of the cheapest places on the coast, because Chiang Mai is like dirt cheap, but it's inland, so it's great if you don't mind being inland. I hear Chiang Mai is like pennies, like literally pennies, and they've got some beautiful places to stay there. I don't want anything that's inland though, so I've got to find something with a coast, y'all. I'm so connected with this water. I can't even lie to myself and act like I don't want it. I've been living next to a coast for over a year now. Year and a half. Even in Mexico, I was right on the coast. Everywhere I stayed, I was on the coast except Mexico City. So, this is in the month I spent in Nairobi. So this is what I know I love, and it's the right thing for me. So anyway, I was in Pattaya for 2 weeks. I would have stayed there longer, but my goal, I didn't know how long I was going to stay in Thailand or if I was going to be able to get the extension, which I did get. So anyway, I came to Phuket, and I came to Phuket so I could paraglide. Which you guys check out my videos, you'll see my paragliding video in there, which was super cool, y'all. If you've never done it and you're aspiring to jump off of a cliff, do it. It is so worth it. So anyway, I came here down here for that. I was going to stay a couple weeks, and I was going to move around in Chiang Mai and all of that. And I had to settle down due to some other things. And so I've been here for 2 months. Is it 2 months? Let me think. January to February, February to March. Yeah. So 2 months, about 2 months in Phuket, and I'll be here a little bit longer. But the place that I had in Pattaya was a one bedroom. I think it was about 35 meters. Um, One bedroom, nicely spacious bathroom, all upgraded, granite, all that nice stuff. Had a washer inside. I think I was on the seventh or the eighth floor. Had huge swimming pool that went around the whole like 15 building complex. They also have some units on the bottom where it's like a swim up, so you could walk right out and you have a private pool. It's not private, but you have like an entrance into the pool. It was like 2 layers or something like that. Really just beautiful design. Nice gym with nice equipment inside. Not big, but a nice gym that was open all day. There's a massage parlor downstairs. It was almost like a mini mall on the floor underneath the swimming pool. But a lot of the stuff was closed. There was a bar down there, a coffee shop down there. There it was a grocery store, very similar to a 7-Eleven. And these places start off renting at 6,000 baht for a studio being about 27 meters. So that's like a studio, right? Um, so 6,000 baht, you guys, today with the U.S. conversion, it's about 32.90 or $33, just to be on the easy side, is about 125 to $150 per month for an apartment in this beautiful area. Oh, and it was location wise, it was literally off the street, and there was only one more street to the beach. So it takes about 15 minutes, I guess, to walk to the beach. But it literally was like, I could see the ocean from the rooftop. Oh, and it had a rooftop garden too. I could do my yoga and stuff up there. So 150, and you pay your utilities. Now I will say their utilities, I think their electricity is a little bit high. It seems like it's a little bit high, but I haven't had to pay it directly yet. It's always been included up to this point in my rent. Water is super cheap. It's like 100 baht. 100 baht is $3, right? Yeah, about 100 baht. I think per month. I'll check and see if I'm wrong on that. If somebody knows I'm wrong, let me know. I know y'all will. But about 100 baht for water per month, and uh, what is this? Wi-Fi data for your phone, like a SIM card, is $1, and 50 cent, less than that, it's 50 baht. So yeah, a little over $1, like $1.25. But data, I'm using AIS, and I pay 359 baht a month, which is about $12. 1087, I think, is what it rounds up to, and that is unlimited data. I don't have to count to see when I'm about to run out. I don't have to do none of that stuff. It's unlimited um, high speed data all month for 30 days, y'all. So add those. You got $3 water, $11 data for your phone and your SIM. You can add talk and text on there if you want, but most people use WhatsApp and stuff. I mean, why pay for things that are not necessary if you don't need them? We use Zoom, we use Messenger to talk. We have Clubhouse. I mean, we have so many methods and ways to have discussions and conversations with people. Why pay for a phone line or whatever? And so, so that's that. You got water. You have data. So these are the basic necessities. Let's say if you got the studio, if the studio was big enough for you, because there's a lot of single people wanting to travel. So let's say 27 meters ain't bad to get started, maybe like 6 months or whatever, right? So that's 150 for rent, and then let's say that your electricity is closer to 80 to 100, which I don't know. I haven't had to pay it. I just noticed that when you prepay for areas where you do pay for it, they wanted deposits that were kind of high. And so just be mindful of that part. But right there, you're at what, let's say 100 a month. That's 250 plus 10 plus, let's say $3. So 263 so far for per month for your bare necessities. Okay? That's not including transportation, but if you're in a great location, it's walkable. That's not including your food, okay? But if you're in a great location, the other thing is you want walkable markets, you want fresh food and fruit and vegetable markets right outside. Because if you have fresh fruit and vegetable markets, those are typically cheaper than your box stores. Um, and so you can get at least that stuff at discounted rates. And so I will do a grocery store comparison for you guys as well. I have some videos, so maybe I can do it off of that without actually going to the grocery store, since I just went the other day. So just bare necessities is less than $300 a month, right? Um, so take $300 a month times 6 months. That's $1,800 for 6 months. That's a studio. Now, a one bedroom in this place when I was in Pattaya would have been it would have been around 220, 250 to 275, possibly 300. Obviously, they could be more expensive than that. But if you check the video, this was a really nice complex, and I would love to stay there. I would get a one bedroom, and, pay for that for a year. So then it's double. So that's about, 3,600 for 6 months, right? Or 2,700 for 6 months. So 300 times. Um, what did I say? Did I say that wrong the last time? Oh, so 300 plus your expenses. So that'd be 463. So almost 500 basically for 6 months is 3,000. So 6,000 a year for one bedroom, 3,000 for 6 months, y'all, in Pattaya. And then here in Phuket, it's more expensive down here, but I was able to find a condo that I'm in. It's really small studio, but I've been in it for going on month number 2, or this is my second month. I'm going on month number 3. I think, I don't even know, y'all been here so long, but it is a full service condo, meaning that they offer cleaning every single day, washing your bed sheets, your towels, providing pool towels. There's a infinity pool on the rooftop. There's a gym upstairs. There's also a restaurant, but it is not being serviced right now because of COVID. But it's a really nice restaurant. I wish they'd open it. And seating areas upstairs, a nice gym with state of the art equipment inside. It's not huge, but it's got everything you need. I'm 5 to 7 minutes walking from anywhere important, two beach sides, and the main street to get around downtown and then get to the neighboring suburbs or cities or areas in down here in Phuket. And so easy to get transportation. Everything is included. I have cable, I have Wi-Fi, I have electricity and water, and my rent is $454 per month here. So, and I'm on the top floor as well, so I have a beautiful view. I get the sunrise every single morning. So if I were to pay months in advance, I would. And this is a studio, like I said, so it is smaller. But the one bedroom really only gives you like a little extra space. It's not really stocked like a real true apartment one bedroom. If I was gonna stay longer, like if I knew I was staying 6 months, I would go and find like a real apartment complex. This place is perfect for, I'd say, 3 months short term. If you don't know how long you're going to stay, this place is fantastic. And it's the cheapest in the area and the cheapest that I've seen, period, unless you go on the Rawa or Naiharn side, which is the south and southeast side, which I don't know, y'all. I might stay down there next time. So the areas are also divided socially. So I hear that there is more social engagement down there. But I've had a heck of a fantastic time up here where I am on the northwest side. So I am north of Patong, north of Kamala. I'm in the Surin area, and I love it. Love the people that I've met. Love my little establishments, my little nooks and crannies. I can get where I need to go if I want to hang out and have music and drinks and whatever. I'm a hop, skip, and a jump away. So that's just to give you an idea, right? So basic housing here, basic housing, you could easily pay $400 or $500 a month, just basic housing. Add your food in depending on how much you eat per day. Could be as low as 60 baht for a meal, like rice or noodles or something. A lot of these places, even if you're in town or whatever, you're not on the beach, they still kind of jump up their prices, let's say about 120 baht, which is like $4 for a whole bowl of noodles, chicken, whatever, if you eat meat and stuff. I typically can get away with like an 80 baht bowl of noodles and vegetables. That's like a little, oh, it's almost $3. So it's like 250 for a meal if I want to eat out, right? Otherwise, I just go to the grocery store and buy the bare necessities that I need. My vegetables and fruits probably cost me the most because I buy those on demand, right? So can you save? Like, let's say Thailand is an option for you. And once you get over here, y'all, it's so easy. And the nice thing about being in Thailand is the access to everything else. So, Southeast Asia is a huge, um, exploratory area that I want to kind of hit. I've already been to Bali and here, and I've been to China and Hong Kong, excuse me, but I want to check out the Philippines. I also want to check out Vietnam. I hear that that is bumping. So a couple of the places I want to check out: Cambodia and Laos, that I want to check out as well. So don't knock the east side, you guys. Don't knock it, especially if you're planning on doing things on this side. More so than going back to the Caribbean side. If you're trying to do more things on the Caribbean side and hop around the Caribbean side, it doesn't make sense to be all the way over here unless you're just vacationing and checking it out. But like anything, I say check it out for yourself. The other thing that I love about Asia is these people are amazing. They're just so amazing, y'all. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to kind of rejuvenate my mental space. Um, I'm glad I stopped here before coming to the States. Um, but yeah, cost of living. Can you save? People ask me all the time, how do I do this? Well, I saved a lot of money before I left. And so, like I said, now it's going to be a starting over process and making some tough decisions about some things since I've been on this extended vacation for almost 2 years. I just came to the realization this is the life I want. Not even realization, it confirmed this is the life that I want. I've been living this life actually probably for 20 something years. Even in Chicago, I basically lived like a nomad. I had a house, but I never was in it. I had friends that allowed me to stay with them in the city, and that's what I did. And so, I've been living like this kind of haphazardly for a long time, and I've struggled with whether or not, I want to keep a space, keep all the stuff that I have. What do I want to do? And so those are going to be decisions that I'm making, um, coming up here in the next few months, especially with all this going on in the world, the unrest. It's just so much happening in the world that just it's impacting everything. And so, where I have really good mortgage price, but it doesn't matter if, you know, utilities are going to skyrocket again and be going crazy, and I'm not even at my house, and, I'm paying, I am renting it out, but when it's not even being rented or whatever, and the electricity is out the wazoo and stuff. It's just one of those things that I monitor it almost daily, you guys, on my app on my phone and stuff. But it's just little things like that. The amount that I pay a month in utilities. Yes, I have a bigger house. Um, but the amount that I pay in utilities, I could be paying for a full apartment. So I think about things that way, and not only that, but the experience. I lived 50 years, or let's say 48 years in the United States. I'm in a new chapter. I'm in a new decade, a new book, of my life. I want to live it elsewhere. I've already given the United States 48 years, with traveling here and there. Now I want to live somewhere else and travel to the United States when I want to. You know what I'm saying? And so there's this lady that I met here. I did an interview. It's on my YouTube. Check it out. One of the things that she talked about, it's her first time traveling, and she chose to come all the way to Thailand, y'all, like 30 hours with a layover, sometimes two. Um, but you can find pretty good flight for 30 28 25 hours with one layover to Thailand from let's say Dallas or something, right? So it's not that bad. Check it out. But basically I asked her why did she pick Thailand of all places to make her first um, abroad discovery and journey and all of that. And her response was she knew there had to be more than what she grew up seeing. She knew there had to be more, and she grew up in Georgia. More than and educated, degree, all this stuff. I mean, she's traveled around, but never. I mean, she's done some cruises. She mentioned, but never like this. Like never gotten on a plane and flown to another country. And she picked one of the furthest ones, and is thriving here. Thriving here. Made a decision. She's staying for a year. She's already got a certification. She's teaching. Y'all check out the video. It's on here. Check it out. You can do this too. Make a decision, get up and move. And things will work out. You got enough tenacity and drive and ambition. If you got drive, ambition, and tenacity to make it work every day and be miserable, for those who are miserable, I'm not talking about those who are not in the States, you got that same, use that same energy to start living the life that you desire and that you believe that you can have, the life that you see all these other people living, including the life that you see me living. And mine is simple now because I'm winding down. I'm on the home front, winding down. This is my fourth country, not as many as I had planned to visit in this, well, I guess fifth country in this 2 year, 19 month excursion. Um, hey, oh, I can't see this. I can't see your name, but let me see. Critical. Neat spelling, I like that. I am always, oh shoot, you guys. Sorry about that. I'm always thinking of relocating to the U.S. I think life there is amazing. Relocating to the U.S., where are you at? Hey, Shay. How's it going? Yeah, a lot of people are trying to leave the U.S., and there's still people who want to go to the U.S. So I say go wherever your heart leads. If you can make it, you can survive wherever, to go and explore. I will tell you this, anybody going to the U.S. or any other developed place is just know that the beautification that you see on e-news and stuff like that, that's not the real life. Like, that ain't it. And it's different. It's different than what a lot of people expect. And I had a lot of those conversations when I was in Africa. I spent a year in Africa last year, and I talked to a lot of people who were like, take me back to America, and I was like, I'm not going back. But a lot of people who wanted to go to the U.S., and I understand, their mission and their goal to go to the U.S. Everybody has this belief you can go and make as much money as you want, and yes, definitely there's opportunities that you won't necessarily have access to in a lot of different places. I totally get that. I just like to make sure people are not setting themselves up for mental and visual failure and support failure because it can be a doghouse when you get there. A lot of people think going to, you know, um, flying into New York, everybody's going to be like Cheers or something, and it's not always like that. It's kind of cutthroat. It's hustle mentality, and you got to be ready to move and shake and put in some work, And if you can do that, sure, you can make it anywhere. So I get it. Why not at least make it somewhere where, from a capitalistic standpoint, there are no limits. In the U.S., if you can make it and sell it, you can make it and sell it. So I get it. I get also the option for being able to invest in just about anything. You can invest as long as it's investable. You can invest. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. I understand from that perspective the freedoms, and I would never. Maybe I'll do a video on citizenship. Would you ever give up your citizenship where you are at, where you're from? Um, you know, Good conversation. That might be a clubhouse discussion to get some input from you guys. But yeah, so when people ask, hey, can I do this? How do you do this? How much does it cost? That's a quick breakdown. You have to record to hear my breakdown for the two places I've stayed in Thailand so far, um, just to kind of get an idea. And of course, there's places that are 20 times more expensive. Like I said, where I am in Phuket, this is the cheapest for what I have and how proximity. Oh my God, it's there isn't anything for this price that I've seen that is cheaper. Um, and if there are some, please let me know. Pass it along. Uh, but yeah, you guys, it's definitely doable. Um, and I'm just a big proponent of don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait until tomorrow what you could do today. And I'm the biggest procrastinator in said world. So I do procrastinate a lot. I do wait a lot. I got something I need to be doing right now. And I'm just like, ugh. But, if this is a dream, if you are wanting to exit from whatever country you're in and you're wanting to travel around, be a nomad, be a digital nomad, save some time, work some time, start practicing that lifestyle now. It's no different than, being in a relationship. A lot of people think, I can do whatever I want to do. And then when I get in a relationship, I'm going to be the best girlfriend. I'm going to be the best boyfriend ever. And it's like, how? You have never practiced it. You don't even know how to do it. You don't know what there is to do. It's like having a baby and changing the diaper for the first time. You got to do it, but where's the instruction book at? Oh, it's on the box of diapers. But nobody prepares you for a baby peeing on you. Nobody prepares you for, like messiness. Nobody prepares you for, throw up and all this stuff. It happens, right? And you adjust and figure it out as you go. But, you know, you gotta get out here if you want it. This is like I don't know that there's ever been a more perfect time um, to get out here, you guys. I don't know that there's been a more perfect time. Um, COVID has offered us some silver linings that we may not have ever had, and that is by creating a remote workforce that prior to 2020 was completely off limits, and we were led to believe that there's no way you could. I mean, I had a remote job. My job ended up being home based for the last 12, 13. I don't know when the last time I went into an office. It was like at least 13 years before, and I was in IT. Made very good money. And I quit. I quit, y'all, to live this life. Just trying to figure it out all over again. But this is the most perfect time. Everybody's the number of entrepreneurs that have come out of this pandemic, y'all, is just crazy. Why not get in on it? Self-made thousandaires, or people becoming millionaires, from basically deciding to put all that energy and effort and innovation that they're giving their job, put it into that thing you wrote on a napkin on a wall in that journal, years ago, and never thought anything of it. Or you're watching a commercial or something and you see these ideas that you came up with and never developed, y'all. How many times do we see this stuff and we're like, you know, and I thought of that. Oh my God, I was gonna do that. Oh my God, you know. And then you see all this stuff, and you see people now. You got millionaires or people thousandaires, which I'm trying to get to. You know, making money doing videos like this, or making money, you know, dancing. I ain't worked out the dancing yet. I always do the basic ones, so you know, I don't really get much pub. Um, but just the creativity, you know. And so I would say just start positioning yourself, because practice doesn't make perfect. Practice gives you uh, failures and successes, right? So practice lets you know if you're capable. Practice lets you know where to start, where to go, you know, how to succeed. And so and gives you experience, quite frankly. You know, I love the fact that you guys watch my videos, and I hope I'm clear, because this definitely looks hazy in here. I can't even tell. Oh, because of the sun. All right, hold on, you guys. I feel like it's hazy, but it might just simply be because of the sun. The way the sun is setting. So anyway, yeah, so you know, this is a perfect time to spread your wings. And if you're feeling antsy, start doing it while you're working. You know, if you've got a two income household, you know, this is a perfect time, you guys, for us as Americans to start taking on lifestyles like other people, where they, you know, co-living, you know, taking advantage of shared housing spaces, and sharing expenses and stuff like that. You know, every other community does that, but Americans, for the most part, we don't. Not on the scale like other communities do it to survive. Like we talk about, you know, polygamy, you know, polyamory, and polygamous relationships and stuff like that. Not realizing a big part of it is for the financial benefits, for the what each person brings to the table. Everybody wants somebody to bring something to a table. Well, co-living is another option, and I've been wanting to do something like that, and co-ops, and you know, sharing our skill sets and stuff. I've been trying to really kick something off like that for over